So let's look at EQA Unit 1, Disputes and Appeals. The criteria asks you to explain the relevant procedures to follow when there are disputes concerning the quality of assessment. So in terms of appeals, learners have a right to appeal, but so do centres and training providers. Appeals come to the EQA when a centre complaints policy or appeals policy has been exhausted, or the centre may have their own appeal to lodge against the decision you have made as an EQA or a decision made from your AO. They can come from a difference of opinion or interpretation of a course criteria or standard between the EQA and the IQA or centre lead. Centres or learners can appeal direct to the awarding organisation. Appeals could be in relation to sanctions, DCS, expansion applications made by the centre who want to deliver more qualifications or courses, additional information requested by the AO, derogatory centre reports from the EQA, centre withdrawals or expulsion, wording of EQA reports, learner-based appeals, reasonable adjustment and special consideration. A fee may be payable for an appeal, which is normally refunded if the appeal is successful. The appeals procedure sets out clear steps to ensure decisions made by the AO are fair to all, consistent and evidence-based. Not all AO decisions can be appealed, and you should be able to see a list of what you can and cannot appeal in the appeals process. The process or policy document will also explain how to appeal and the fees that are payable by the centre or learner. They may also list potential outcomes following the result of the appeal, and all centres must at all times satisfy the conditions of recognition set out by the AO. Centres can appeal or complain about their EQA's behaviour. Say, for example, the EQA is late for a meeting or an observation, they're unprofessional, they lack compliance to AO standards or laws such as GDPR and confidentiality, there's typos or mistakes in reports, they may be uncommunicative or slow to respond, they may set targets that are not smart or that are ambiguous, or there may just be a clash of personalities. As part of your EQA training, when you start with an AO, you will cover appeals and complaints and how best to handle them. There are normally set timescales appeals can be made by, and timescales for how long a response will be received by. Often appeals come because feedback to centres was unclear, and so they believe it to be unfair. Normally, someone who is not involved in the initial decision will investigate the appeal, so that there's no actual or perceived conflict of interest. So in terms of appeals, it's important to learn from complaints and appeals and make changes to processes where you can. Share best practice, and remember that not many appeals are upheld, so don't take it personally. Keep clear records of your assessment decisions in case of appeal, and go to your lead EQA for support when needed. Follow standardisation processes for reports and AO processes and guidance. So for your assignment, complete the workbook and answer the questions, and talk about the appeals and complaints process in your own centre if you can do and how that works. As always, use the Anne Gravels book to help you, and good luck with your assignment.